All right, y'all. Well, today I'm doing something a little bit different. As you can see, I am sweating and I'm out here in the 90-degree heat this fall, laying out some cover. I'm putting in the work today. After spending a weekend with Alabama herping, I was really challenged, and I figured out that I need to put a lot more cover out. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll kind of go through and show you kind of what I'm up to and what's the target. So if we do end up getting stuff, you kind of know when it got started and all that stuff. So let's get to it. So I am out in some prairie lands in Tennessee, hoping to target a snake that's very, very rare in the state, pretty hard to find. And that is the prairie king snake and the mole king snake. And this is my first little piece or series of pieces here. I got them layered like that, so the snakes can use in between it. They can get under it. They have a little bit of temperature variance here. And a lot of these weeds are going to cause some of the parts, like you can see now, to be sunny, some of it to be shady. So hopefully it gets something good, but I'll show you kind of the rest of the stuff. So I came over to a different spot and I laid out a lot more myself. This spot is way more accessible than the last one, so I'm putting the majority of my cover here. If the other spot turns out to be super good, then I'll put more pieces out there, but here's a couple pieces here. I've got one big sheet. I have one more big one like this to put out. All right, so here's the other really, really big piece. And I already showed you this one, but the other big piece is right over here, and then the rest of it. So hopefully this spring when I come out or next spring, I guess, when I come out and check this, we can get our big target. We'll see. And I think this is the last piece that I haven't shown yet, another board. But I feel like this is going to be a pretty good spot, if not for Caligaster, just for snakes in general. I mean, we should get a ton of racers, even black kings, and we'll see what we can get. Corn snakes, I'm not counting them out of the picture either. They're very, very hard to find around here, but I think with enough time we might be able to get one here. So super exciting. It is another absolutely gorgeous day, and I'm spending my Sunday afternoon laying out more cover. Something that I've been working on pretty hard, so I'll kind of let you guys know what is going on, what the targets is. And I mean, look at this absolutely gorgeous habitat behind me. We're starting to get some of our beautiful fall colors, and I love to see it. But yeah, I'll show you what I'm up to. So this one is one of my favorite stacks. It's a stack of 4. The bottom piece has a huge concave area for something like a timber. I mean, you can see how high this is. And then I've got a bunch of other thinner pieces on top of it. So I'm really, really optimistic about this stack. So this is my third and final stack that I'm going to put out at this spot for now. Every time I do come and flip here, I'm going to throw out more pieces just to make the spot a little bigger. And really right now, this is kind of just testing and seeing what we could possibly get here. If I do end up getting, like, say, a timber rattlesnake or a copperhead under here, I'll probably put more stuff out in this area. But I really like how I put this one out. I kind of learned this from Alabama herping about bending these pieces. And if you see, there's just tons of space there. It's bent. It's got a ton of room for something to coil up underneath it. And you can see it just sits up off the ground so stuff can squeeze under it. Timber rattlesnakes definitely need a lot of space, so that's kind of why I'm putting all of these pieces like this, because that's the big target. And yeah, hopefully eventually we'll come and flip this and there'll be something venomous under here, or a corn snake. That would be even better. But very, very cool. I really, really like how this tin is laid. So I don't usually sweat a ton, but I am dripping out here just carrying all this tin. It's not even that warm out, but stuff is heavy and I'm carrying it a long ways. But all right, y'all, well, I am here today getting ready to put a bunch of new tin out here, and I'm kind of going to go through and update a lot of my spots. This spot is mainly targeted toward timber rattlesnakes, and I realized that I have to kind of make a little bit more space, add a little bit more layers to some of these spots, because they get way too hot, especially in the summertime, and there's not even, a lot of these pieces don't even have enough space for a rattlesnake to fit under. So I'm going to go through and update it. I'm also going to just flip some of the stuff and just see if there's anything Not really planning on finding much, but I figured I'd just kind of tell you guys what I'm up to today. And if we do get anything, that would be pretty awesome. See, a lot of these pieces are just way too thin. Hey, 2 snakes. No way. No way, dude. 2 earth snakes. Whoa, what was that? Oh, that was a skink. Dude, let's go. A double flip. Was not expecting that. There we go. Very cool. That is actually a very good sign. I have flipped earth snakes. That is actually the only snake that I flipped here at this tin site here. And part of the reason I believe is because I keep putting these single sheets, and I think it gets way too hot for a lot of the bigger species of snakes. So that's why I'm coming through and updating it. Oh, dang. Thank y'all. But I guess for now, I'll leave this piece here since these guys are under it, and not worry about putting anything else here. But yeah, very, very cool. All right, y'all, here we go. Ugh. We'll see what we can do under this piece. This one I definitely need to put more space under. I'm probably gonna miss more earth snakes. I got really lucky seeing those other ones. I really never have any luck with these because, like I said, they're just so thin and never really get anything but earth snakes. I've gotten earth snakes in a lot of these pieces. I've got under here before. Oh, there's a brown skink. Oh, hey, let's go, dude. My first ever big species of snake that I flipped here, a little racer. Dude, let's go. Dude, that is crazy. A juvenile racer. Now this piece is a lot better because it is a lot thicker than the other ones. Today is actually a lot more snaky than I expected it to be, and that's just in this little area. That is a great sign though, except for this guy will eventually be eating all my rattlesnakes. So I don't like that, but we still love him. I'm actually very, very surprised. I've actually have only seen a handful of juvenile racers like this, but as you guys can see, if you've been watching my channel for a while, this guy looks quite a bit different than the adults that are completely black. This guy has a lot of pattern, almost looks like a milk snake. I actually, the first one of these guys that I found when I first started herping, I thought it was a milk snake because of the pattern, and it took me a while to kind of be able to distinguish them. So let me know in the comments if you guys would have trouble identifying something like this. I just think it's so cool that these guys have so much pattern as a little baby, and then as they get bigger, they lose it and it get completely black. But you can see this guy definitely has the temperament of a racer. So cool, so cute. I honestly love finding them at this age, and their bites don't even hurt, so that's a plus too. All right, well, I did bend this a little bit more so that maybe a bigger snake could fit under it, and I'll just kind of let this guy back. We'll see if he'll go maybe through this hole. There we go. So cool. One of the reasons I actually really wasn't planning on flipping today is because my GoPro was completely dead from herping in Alabama a couple weekends ago. And so I didn't really want to come out here, flip 100 rocks, flip 10, and just not be able to get any flip clips. And it's real pain to record on my phone while I'm trying to flip rocks, because some of them I need 2 hands and all that. But it's turning out to be kind of crazy. Well, unfortunately, that's going to do it for today. Honestly, a lot better than I expected. If I were to flip all the rocks here and really try for it, I probably could turn up a king snake or 2, maybe even a milk. But at this point, it's just going to be hundreds and hundreds of rocks with only a little bit of snake. So at this point, I'm not going to be doing that. I might come out and flip the rocks here one more time before winter comes, but I'll see you guys the next time I'm able to get out. All right, y'all. Well, it has been a while since I've even picked up the phone to record, but today I'm out here yet again laying out some tin. I've got some board, some tin, a weird thing of like, oh, what's it called? But yeah, I'm going to be putting this stuff out today in habitat that will hopefully eventually have things like hognose and corn snakes. It's the first time I've ever laid out tin in a really good spot for them. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of just going to be poking around some habitat today too. See if I can find some good rocky areas, some good water sources and stuff to put this stuff by. Some of this tin is a little bit rusted out, but a lot of it is still fairly solid. I've obviously got this piece. All of this stuff is pretty good, but then this stuff you can see is a little flaky. But I got some boards too. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm already finding some really, really nice hiding spots here. Some nice cracks, some rocky stuff. And I really, really, really like the looks of this habitat just overall. And right here we have a fresh little pine tree. I mean, pine litter is great for stuff like corn snakes and hognose, pine snakes, so kind of good to see. I really haven't spent a lot of time in pine habitat here in Tennessee, so excited to see what we can eventually get. And yeah, I'm really hyped. Well, I pretty much laid most of the stuff that I think I'm going to lay today, except for maybe a couple little pieces that I'll slide at the bottom of the stacks. But here's kind of a look at one of the areas that I kind of have picked out to lay out some more tin. Obviously, there's only so much I can do in one day, but nice big clearing here. Got some pines and a lot of hardwoods mixed in on this side especially. But definitely big opening here for snakes to come and try to get some sun in the spring. And I'll kind of walk you guys through some of my pieces that I laid out and the strategy behind it and all that. So yeah. So this is my first little piece. This is the only piece I have in this clearing here, but like I said, I will probably add a lot more here. But this is just kind of a hard location to drag it to. The big target for kind of most of these spots I mentioned at the beginning was hognose and corn snakes, but there is also a decent population of rattlesnakes here, and it's a really, really unique habitat because there's not a lot of bluffs and real rocky areas like I'm used to. So kind of would be interesting to see a timber rattlesnake in this spot. So you can kind of see there is some areas that are a little bit more piney than others. Pretty much all of this area is mixed, but I was really hoping to find an area that was just pines and had some good pine straw. This area is kind of good for it. So you can kind of see there's just not a lot of pine straw like some areas that I've been to where it's literally piled high. But so this right here is one of my more favorite spots. I really like the last big opening spot, but this has a lot of broken, fallen down trees and has made a really, as you can see the sun hitting through here, really, really nice open space, but it also does have a lot of logs and there's a big tree that's fallen over there, stump holes, some really good burrowing spots. And there's a decent amount of kind of rocks around here. Again, I am going to add more spots, more pieces of tin to these stacks eventually. Put probably a couple stacks on this side of the clearing, but as you can see, I put quite a bit of space in here. Eventually, I don't know if I'll keep it this much. Smush it down a little bit, but I'm gonna be adding probably 4 or so to this and kind of layering them the similar way. I'll slide them forward and keep putting them back, and should provide some really, really nice space for things like rattlesnakes. And I'm not really sure exactly what corn snakes prefer, if they prefer like tighter spaces. We'll just see how they start doing, I guess. And obviously here's another little stack over here, but these were a pain to move out because I carried one big sheet and one little sheet out at a time. And I'll kind of show you what I had to go through to get them here. Kind of the same idea as that stack right here. I've seen Alabama herping do stacks like this and have pretty good success with rattlesnakes and corn snakes and stuff, so I'm hoping that turns out pretty good. But yeah, really, really love this. I mean, it looks really, really nice. Yeah. So again, that tin is right over there, and we have stuff like this right here. A massive, massive stump hill. We've got rocks that are being pulled right out of the ground, or pushed right out of the ground. Look at all these rocks here. This has a nice kind of tunnel structure under it, and just I think it's just gonna be a good area. I don't know exactly for what, but if I was a snake, I'd definitely hang out here. And while I'm kind of thinking about it, you can notice compared to earlier, there's a lot less pine straw in this area. If you kind of look at the ground, there's really a lot more oak leaves and different kind of stuff that is not pine. Kind of gives you an idea of what I had to carry this tin up. I had to carry it all the way through here. And down here, I came from all the way over there, across this log, hiked up here. This is a good, probably 30 feet of pretty steep climbing, carrying 2 sheets of tin. It was definitely hard, but it's probably gonna be worth it. Oh. Like, this is not even, I don't even know how I climbed up this. But yeah, lots of really interesting habitat, and obviously my tin is kind of right up there. And a beautiful, beautiful creek down here. I'm actually gonna come back here at some point and target red salamanders, because I believe I flipped one here and I lost it. It would have been my lifer. So kind of unfortunate, but I definitely am gonna be hanging out in this area more, especially having tin here gives me kind of more of a reason to come out here. But just really, really cool habitat. Something I'm not really used to, and pretty exciting. But here's one little stack that I put along this fallen log. And these pieces weren't as good of quality, but you can see kind of right along this mini bluff here. So just kind of cool habitat, I don't know. So right here on this power line cut, I threw some of the boards that I pulled out. There was actually quite a few boards and other stuff in the barn that was usable, and just kind of threw it here. Boards are definitely going to heat up a lot less than tin, so I kind of tried to put them in an area that would get more sun. What's jumping around in here? Oh, birds. It's a good sign. Well, right here, I'm sure you can see why I put this tin here. Big fallen tree, lots of hiding space, just who knows how many burrows, and there actually is a kind of a rocky area underneath this. So who knows what kind of tunnels and burrows, and I should get really decent sun. So I might have to throw a few more pieces depending on how hot it gets. But now over here is what I think is a good looking corn snake board of, I keep thinking this is fiberglass. I think that's what it is, fiberglass board. So I definitely wore my gloves to move this thing, but kind of have it weighted down on the edges, and yet there's still some good kind of space under here. And I don't know, just a big massive sheet like this. And I think there's actually one more that I could lay out. Might be harder than this one to move out, but I think this will be pretty good for things like rat snakes, and mice will definitely be using this, I'm sure. So pretty excited about this one. In the next couple weeks after this video is posted, I should have a video from going to Florida this December, but yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.